Happy New Year to my lovely people. I truly appreciate you guys who has donated and those of you who will donate. Kudos to you. Listen, let's talk about these hot topics real quick. So, did you hear about the new song from Eric Benet and Shantae Moore? Killing it. Straight killing it. It's called Distractions. If you haven't heard it, make sure you guys check it out and look it up. I'm giving you the number right now to call in to, which is 619-902-2287. Excuse me, got a great show planned for you guys. So great show planned for you guys today. So write that number down, jot it down. You got questions, y'all know what to do. 619-902-2287. And for the viewers that see it, you can see it across the bottom of the screen. So I wanted to tackle these here hot topics. And that one is top on my list, which is Eric Benet. Now, Eric Benet has one with Shantae Moore, the one I talked about, Tamar Braxton. He getting people off the couch like, let's do the duets. Now, for those of you who may not know what a duet actually is, it is two people singing in the same genre, okay? Not a collaboration, because I hear people say, oh, they collab. No, that is not a collaboration. A collaboration is two different genres doing it together, okay? Now that we got that out the way, check it out. It is fire. I also have a guest coming on who got some fire music, and he gonna talk about that too. And I'm gonna try to get some music, see if he'll hook a sister up. Y'all know I'll be talking about people trying to get hooked up, but I'm trying to get hooked up so that I could play some of his music for you. But I'm telling you, the duets are coming back. Duets is where the music is at. We got Tammy Terrell, Marvin Gaye, unforgettable. Ashford and Simpson, unforgettable. Sherelle and Alexander O'Neal. Let me tell you, Sherelle was actually, she just did something recently. She looked good, but baby, me, voice ain't on, okay? But anyway, they had it going on. Also, come on now, Reese and Cephas. Y'all remember them from Living Color? The People duets is coming back. So make sure y'all check that out. We got to get them to the top of the charts, really. Eric Benet and Shantae Moore did that. Also, the police videos. Well, Uncle DeWine on Wednesday, just to let people know, Uncle DeWine, Governor DeWine in Ohio, is actually charging the public, us, the people, for police videos. Now, we already know when it was under investigation, the attorneys, they subpoena it and it's free. Well, now they're charging nothing. It's looking to be about $75 a video. Watch out, people. Just had to get you a heads up on that. Also, Wednesday too. Y'all know that the minimum wage went up to $10.70. Yes, $10.70. Now, that's for people, the regular people, not the people that's waiters and waitresses. Deep breath. The waiters and waitresses, their minimum wage increased to $5.35. So they got a 25 cents increase. I was like, these people was getting paid $5.15. What's happening? But I get why they act like they act and really be like hounding you for a tip. Now, if you notice, remember it was like whatever you wanted to give. Now it don't even start at the 10%. It's 18%, 20%, and 25%. I had a problem because y'all know I went out and I said, why is it so high? And she was like, well, this is the only amount that we get paid and blah, 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 blah. That sounds like a staff meeting, ma'am. You need to talk to your boss and figure out why you getting paid that much. And another thing, that was your career choice. So why do I have to pay for it? Because y'all already know what I said. And so I was with my company and my company was like, here we go. I said, yes. I was like, Jesus, I was like, come on now. God is only asking for 10% and he passing out blessings. Man, what you gonna give me? That's all I asked. So of course she went on and she left. She wasn't happy. But how you gonna tell me how much I should give you because you chose a job that paid $5.15 then, because that was last week. And then you want to charge me. No, ma'am, not interested. Now, they also say that when we make New Year's resolutions, that we quit in the second week. Did y'all quit yet? Or did y'all even make a New Year's resolution? I didn't because I'm no good. I'm consistent on what I'm consistent on. And New Year's resolutions is not it. So I don't want to let nobody down or myself down, because that's exactly who you let down. All right. Now let's talk about Kim K. Trying to get through these real quick. Kim K is having some struggles raising her daughter with that personality, baby Kanye. I was like, so ma'am, I'm going to call her a ma'am. You didn't know that if you procreate with somebody who has this personality and you have that personality, there is a possibility that you might end up with his personality. So I wanted to talk about that. Now, guess what else is new coming up this year? Babysitting, childcare. Childcare prices have gone through the roof. So 2-income families, household families, whichever one you choose, are deciding that one person needs to stay home in order for them to survive in today's society. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think it'll be cheaper, less expensive to just have one person stay home? You can actually raise your child, real talk, and nobody else is raising them, because we got a lot of complaints. Y'all know y'all got these videos out here and y'all having problems with these people in these videos and how they treating your children and what they're feeding them, all that extra stuff, but you don't want to stay home. I think it's a good idea. I think the people need to do what the people need to do, which is have a parent stay home and raise your own child. Now, some of them people, y'all seen them when they had to stay at home, they were taking them to child care when they was working from home, and they had a problem. Ma'am, you talking about, I know y'all had to see that. That lady said, I can't work with my child home from school. Ma'am, but you want these teachers to teach with your child at school? Like, you created this. You deal with it. That's what I got for the hot topics. So if you want to add to it, come on through. Y'all know how to reach me, 619-902-2287. And if you have a topic that you would like to discuss, send them on in. Come, we welcome. Is there one? Is there another one? Okay, we get ready to get this show started. Today's topic, right now, I have a panel of all men, leaders of their household, high value men. They're getting ready to give you their view on things. That's why today's is a male's review. Surprise, you thought that was going to be it, huh? Let's get it going, lovely people. They done changed this thing up. This is wild.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Hey,
What's happening? What's happening?
Happy New Year. What's up? What's up, fellas?
Chilling, right? Y'all chilling?
Indeed.
It's cold enough. Yeah, we cold.
I say you cold.
It's chilling. I'm
It's
cold.
it's the chill can factory out here.
We chilly.
The chill can factory that is not. See, you started that mess. Look at you. You already know the building. So yes, it's real cold up in there.
Yeah.
All right. I want to cover this real quick. I did see some of the viewers commented on the hot topics, and yes, what did we have here? I think it's a very good idea for one parent to stay home. There we go. Derek Clark said, let's see what Derek Clark said. Make a new day resolution to be your best version of you every day. I like that. I like that. Okay, that's how it used to be and all that good stuff. Good. I like it. So for the people who are listening, let me let you know who's on the panel. First of all, we have Mr. Roger Trent of Apartment Community Functions. What is that? Oh, well, let's do you right. Let's do you right. All right, what is that?
All right, so Apartment Community Functions, basically, our company has contracts with apartment communities, and we provide events for them, all types of events. And so in these events, we send out, caterers, DJs, everything to make the party happen. We make the party happen, and that's basically it. We have contracts to do so many events per month. So it's a party company. We come in and we party. We have the bartenders, the whole thing.
Well, Happy New Year. I want you to let the people know about your last album that you dropped.
Oh, my last album, it is on Apple Music. And it was something I did during the 2020, while we was all laid back and nothing to do, and got a chance to do it. And it's a lot of love music. But yeah, it's a 20 More Summers is what it's called.
That's
And
it.
yeah,
All right, y'all check that out. Apple Music.
yeah, Apple Music.
All right. And next we have the man with so many hats, Mr. Pastor, President of Action. I could go on and on, but I'm going to let him go on and let you lovely people know what it is that he does. All right, Pastor Jeff Stanford.
How y'all doing? I am Pastor Jeff Stanford. I am the pastor of SBC The Ville, which is actually short for Second Baptist Church of Steubenville. It is the largest African American church in Steubenville, and we are so proud of what we do in the community. As she said, I am also not the president anymore. I'm the executive director of Action. It's okay, no problem. Executive director of Action, which is the Alliance for Congregational Transformation, influencing our neighborhoods. Uh, Obviously, I am a husband of one wife. Matter of fact, just 2 days ago, we were married for 20 years. So we are excited about just what we're doing in life. She is the councilwoman, the Fifth Ward councilwoman of Warren, Ohio, Mrs. Tiffany Stanford. God bless you and thank you for having me on.
All right. Roger, would you like to mention your wife?
Oh yeah. Donna Trent. She holds it down, like we opened up in Dallas as well. And so, she holds down the company here in Nashville while I'm holding it there in Dallas. So
all right. And next up, we got my boy, Art B, the hostess with the mostest that I know. But guess what, people? He does a lot of other things. And let's give him a Shop Talk welcome.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody? Happy New Year to everybody out there. As she said, my name is Art Baldwin. I am the program coordinator for the African American Male Wellness Agency. And
all right.
I work with fathers, I coach, I mentor, I help fathers get education, I help them find jobs, and basically be supportive to all the fathers in our program. And we do different programs like Real Men, Real Talk. And we also do every August the Black Men's Wellness Day, which is August 2nd, 2025. And that's our biggest event that we do all over the country. We're in almost 28 different cities in like 12 different states under the NCUS Enterprise Incorporated. So we have a number of branches in our company, and we're a one-stop shop located at 139 East Boardman Street, right downtown Youngstown. So if you need a certification, if you're interested in going to our tech school, NCUS Tech, our workforce is there where you can get a certification in workforce and modern manufacturing or the 5G program, and also the African American Wellness Agency, where we help fathers, and we have a 22 plus program where you can get your high school diploma as well as a certification. So we have a number of things in our building. We're here to help our community.
Well, amen. All right, next up, we got Mr. Nate the Agitator, Shop Talk staple up in the building. That is also a professional, in case you guys didn't know, as you guys call in and leave all those messages talking about Nate. Nate, let's give a Shop Talk welcome on this half of the show.
Hi. I take pictures. I take pictures. You should have let off with me, Mel.
No,
All these beautiful degrees and everything. I'm working on my GED, and you're gonna make me go last.
quit
Jeff
playing.
and all them got these
Listen,
art
wait
high.
1 second, Nate.
I
Hold
live
on.
with my mom and
No, for real, seriously. Tell them what you do.
photographer, work construction.
How many
Basic
years have you been a professional photographer?
professional since '02.
Oh,
So
two.
things like that. And me and what's the first guy's name?
Roger.
Roger. Yeah, we got to talk off stage. You
Okay.
lit a
Okay,
fire.
well, let's stay focused right here. See, we're about to put him back on the other side. Let's stay
Uh,
focused. So I want to say this about Nate. Nate is a professional photographer,
mhm.
and he hooks me up big time. I want to say this about photography that I like about your company. I like the fact that you dress accordingly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I see people who will be the photographer at a very nice event and they come in there looking like they are the bus boy. Matter of fact, the bus boys even look good. They throw an apron on. You ruin all the pictures and look like you don't belong, like you just came off the street. I have a
Yeah.
problem with that.
Well, I
It's
mean, it's a niche, and I mean, it's very important. Like the weddings I do, I'd said, other than the groom and bride, I'm the most important person there, because the memories you can't recant those memories or redo them. So, yeah, it's a job, and it costs people. It costs.
and you know what? I wouldn't mind paying for it if I know I'm gonna get the full package. Now,
Yeah.
I'm the type of person in a contract where I actually put the dress code in my contract.
Mm.
That you don't come wow, because if you know me, and all of you guys do,
Yes, we do.
get stopped at the door. Like I won't even have. I'll be like, I'll do it with my phone. Like,
Yeah.
let's go get them portable cameras. Do they still have those?
Well,
You
oh,
know,
the cell phone and Instagram has killed my whole industry. So it's always rebranding and redoing something else. So yeah, it's something.
okay.
Mm.
All right. So I wanted to introduce you, lovely people, to the panel, and we're talking a male's review. I do have several questions to ask, and I want you guys' input. You guys' input. I was listening to a guy, we'll start here, who feels as though that beauty, I just want true or false, that when you're looking for your wife, that beauty is the last thing on the list. Is that true or false?
False.
False.
Mm.
Oh,
All right, what you got, Nate?
Not last, so I'm going to say false.
Okay, is it the first?
No,
Is it the
not
first
for a
option?
wife. Not for a wife. I don't feel.
Okay, let me do this, and I apologize to you. Did you want to shout out your wife, Nate?
Yeah. Hey, Danica. No, they told me to shout you out on the show.
Okay, and Art, did you want to shout out your wife?
Diana.
All right. Man, listen, we're gonna have to get to write y'all up something.
Hey, is breakfast done? Oh, I'm sorry.
So what I wanted to talk about this because we talk about high value men and what the community, I'm gonna say the community, depending on where you're from, deem high value. So the community, I'm using air quotes for the listening audience, the community deems high value as a man with money.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, Roger, Tico. Tico, what do you say to that? Speak to that.
As far as looking for a woman with high value,
No, men. Is that considered a high value male if you have the means, if you're making six figures or more?
I think that's a part of it. You know what I mean? I think it's a part. Definitely not the whole thing, because I feel like, you could be a high value male, without all the money. You know what I mean? Like, what is your, how's your integrity? You know what I mean? That sort of thing. I think that's more so what it, it should be. Yeah, you should, have some type of stability. You definitely want, your high value man to have stability. But as far as six figures, I mean, that's a small percentage of,
Mhm.
of the community. So, I would say high value definitely deals more so with, or should deal with more so integrity and stability.
Okay. Pastor Jeff, what's your thoughts?
I completely agree with him. I think oftentimes people have, you say, high value with low integrity. I've known a whole lot of people with a whole lot of money, and you can jump off their ego and land on their credit score. So, what exactly are we looking for is the question, because you can have a whole lot of money and be a wife beater. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you talk about high value, I think it's more, what is your character? Whose life have you changed?
Okay. So is that a part of it?
Mhm.
How you change someone's life? Is it their life or is it the community life?
Me personally, I think it's all. I think, some people aren't meant to change the whole community. Some people mentor one on one. Some people are out there in the community. I'm one of those people who, I have whether it's Youngstown, Warren, Studentville, I go from all three places. But some people, their whole impact was on one person, and that one person may impact of the world. You know what I mean? So we have to look at that too.
Okay. All right. Art, what's your thoughts on that? As far as like high value man
My
and
thought
woman.
on a high value person, it's not, I don't look at the money aspect of it. It's okay to make big money, but the biggest thing is, as a little bit as everybody else said, what type of person are you? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? What what do you stand for? What do you stand on? That's the biggest thing. Are you just about, living at a certain status, or are you about reaching over the wall to help your people? And it's like a lot of times, people get caught up in the wrong end of things, and it's really about being humble and being accessible to an extent. What I mean by that is, it's like, are you really trying to really be that person that's helping people and really being in the community and really, giving back is the key. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I believe in reaching and giving back to anybody that I can help. It's not so much as the money end of it, but what type of human being are you? Do you have a heart? Do you really
Yeah.
care about people? That's the thing that I see. You know what I mean? So it's like, do you have that personality where you can go and talk to anybody, and be relatable? Because a lot of times people aren't relatable when they get to a certain status. You can
Child,
make
that's Mr. Personality. I'd be like, speed that up.
that's it.
Bring it on home. Send a text. Be like this. Okay, wrap it up. That's how I be like the talk person. Go
Yeah.
ahead. What you got, Nate?
Uh,
What's
well,
your
I
thoughts
think
on
value is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. I can't call myself valuable because to you, I might not be valuable, but to someone else who sees who I am and what I can do in their lives, I would be valuable to. Money has nothing to do with it. My wife married me and I have $14 in the bank, but now I'm up to 23. So it's progression. But I
She
mean,
saw it. She saw the vision.
that's it. And if this year it's gonna be 25, 30, maybe even 30. It's a good year coming up. But the value she sees in me is what's important. Because I can't say I'm valuable, even if I made $100 million. That doesn't mean I'm valuable. Because to
That's it.
you, all you see is the issues and the problems that come with me in that station. So it's just like the beauty thing for men. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Value is in the eye of the beholder also.
once
Because
you
I can.
once you reach once you reach a certain level. The reason I brought that up is because it is financial stability. We're talking a definition: financial
Mhm.
stability, emotional maturity, strong character, and good looks, ambitious and confident.
To who?
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me do my show. Okay. Here's the thing. That's for the male. But for the female, the finances is not there. How you like that?
It's the way it's been forever.
Regardless of that, I mean, I can't say that. See, that's your own view. But isn't it interesting how for the men, high value from a female and considering a high value male is the financial stability.
Mhm.
That tells me, that's the determining factor. Now, yes, it's like if you make these six figures, because I did my little research here. When I said six figures, that's interesting. So I was with you, Tico. I'm like, okay, if that's going to be it, but that's older. So we're talking about these 20 to, actually, they said 40, but I'm like 20 to 35. The sad part is that the younger than 20, the ones that the high schoolers coming out, they're looking at the money, money, money. And yes, that can be somebody that can beat the brakes off of you, pee on the toilet seat. And this is what he has. And you live in this big house, but he pee on the toilet seat. That is not high value to me. Like, no, but for the females, it is the character, emotional maturity, her values, a
Can she cook?
virtuous woman. That's for the female, but finance did not play a part. That's why I had to have this male panel so that we can actually expound on it. You know what I mean? Let's shop talk on it. Do you see where there's a difference as the woman not wanting to be the head, but wanting to be the head and lead the family? But I didn't hear any finances to even have any stability to lead the family. I was like, we got a shop talk on this one. Now, I have a question. Look, another question. Do you think that women, because they're not getting married anymore, feel as though they can take care of themselves and don't need a man? Do you
Yeah,
think
they
that's
feel that way.
Absolutely not.
okay? Go ahead. Go ahead,
I
Art.
it's always been, it's like you could be well rounded, but up to an extent. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of times it's like, women want to, you heard the independent women thing for so long, you know what I mean? But there are some things that men still have to take care of. I don't believe that a woman should be taking out the trash or changing a tire or putting oil in the car and going to put gas in her car, things of that nature. It's like the man still has to have a role there in a woman's life because a woman can't do it all. Some things are not built for a woman to do, even though she may do it because she's, about her independence, but still, there's some things that men still need to do.
Who should she get if she's in the house by herself taking care of herself? The neighbor?
Well, she got to call her uncle or somebody.
All
Well,
right.
I think it's can't. I think it's not the fact of can she do it, because a lot of them can. Does she have to do it? Should she have to do it? You know what I mean? My wife can do a whole lot of stuff. Right now it's 5 inches of snow out there. She can go out there and shovel. I'm not gonna let her.
Nah.
I would never let her. She doesn't have to, because she has a husband. That's my job. I've been married 20 years now, and in 20 years, my wife has never paid one bill, not one, never. She has money. She's always had a job. You've been to her. They own a shop. She's a city councilwoman. She still never. She does what she wants to do because I took her. That was my job. She's under my umbrella. I took her from her mother's, her mother out of her mother's house and all that stuff. So it became my job as a man to do what I got to do.
I agree.
Is that the census?
Well,
Is that
yes.
common sense? It's like once I take a wife, I'm taking on all the responsibility.
Absolutely. I know what's for me. I married a woman with 5 kids. And so when I married her, my thing was like, look, I'm the dude now. So I'm taking care of the kids. They're now my responsibility. You're my responsibility. If you don't want to work, you don't have to work. You can chill, whatever you want to do. That's on you. But I got it from here. You know what I mean? And I took that on, and it's 23 years later, and these kids are grown and all that. But I felt like that was my responsibility. Now, yeah, they have, their fathers who were involved in things like that. And I made it a point to make sure as a family, everybody was involved, including the baby's father, even at Thanksgiving or whatever, everybody can come, But as far as my house and what I'm doing here, I'm the one that's going to take responsibility for everything. And that's just how I was raised. You know what I mean? I realize I have different views now, but like my man said, yeah, she can do it. She can do whatever she want to do. But I provide the service to say, hey, you don't have to. If you want to do it, you can, but you don't have to. I got this.
Can I pry? Can I pry? When you met your wife, did you have any children?
Yes, I had 2.
Okay. So it's blended. Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well,
I was just curious to that because I will say when you are single and we'll have this person doesn't mean we sleeping with them all. Let me preface it with that. You got your snow shoveler, you got your dinner guy, you got your joke guy, you got your movie guy, you got your kick it guy. When you decide to take a woman on as a wife, that's a lot of responsibility because you have to take up the slack for all of those things that she may be missing. That's facts over my way. I see Nate like, and I can only speak for me. I can only speak for me.
Right.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Here,
Go ahead, Nate.
here's the thing: we are men, and we're raised to be the providers. All men are raised to be like, hey, do this, do this, do this. Women are usually raised, find you a man who could take you. Every woman is usually raised as the princess.
Mm-hmm.
We're raised as the beast. Go out there, pillage the town, or do whatever you want to do, and bring it home and make it comfortable for the princess. So in our DNA is, okay, take on this responsibility, knock down this tree, run through that wall. Women aren't built with that responsibility. And they keep on saying, yeah, we can do it. Yeah, okay, good luck with that. But I mean, if I can find someone to pay my bills and shovel the snow for me and do that, I mean, hypothetically, I would love that. But like, hey, pressure was built for shoulders, not for hips. We have roles, and when the roles are messed up, you have a lot of different confusion, and things aren't really set and right. You have what we have right now, because now this is what I feel. I'm not talking. I believe that the roles are messed up. They're messed up, and a lot of that comes from
Elaborate.
A lot of that comes from no fathers in the home. And men aren't not good for nothing now but paying the bills. This, that, and other. Most women don't see value in my umbrella, as Jeff said, my protection. If my wife goes out and they know her, they're going to be, and if she's out at a club or bar or whatever else, and one of these guys see him, they're going to say, oh, that's Nate's wife. You good? Okay, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't understand that she's protected under my umbrella. Like if I see Art's wife, Jeff's wife, and they out, hey, what's up? Tell Jeff I said hi. You need a drink? Blah, blah, blah. But that protection comes under, oh, that's Art's. That's Art.
Okay. I like the fact that you brought out they didn't come from a two-parent family home. Let me ask you, wait 1 second. Let me do my thing. Tico, were you raised with both parents?
Yes.
Jeff, were you raised with both parents?
1.5.
Okay. Art, were you raised with both parents?
Up till I was about 14, but my dad was always there anyway.
Okay. But I mean, in the household. I'm just talking in the household.
Up till I was 14, about 12. I'm sorry, about 12.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me finish. And Nate, were you raised with both parents in the household?
They're upstairs now.
Okay. He's over visiting, just to let the people know, because I know they're gonna come.
Hey,
He's
my
there.
dad,
I
my
love
dad,
it. I
yeah,
absolutely love that, because
yeah,
they
my
do
dad
say
understood.
if you want to find a good man, find someone who treats their mom very well, and you got yourself a good man. That's what they said. So I did that. But I didn't know she had to die first before I got my turn.
Ooh, Mel, shots fired. You ain't gonna be sitting there talking about my mama. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was slipped out. Ooh, that was slipped
Woo.
out.
No, no, for real, for real. I mean, I just saying what I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing, but I'm saying what I'm saying.
You shot fired. You fired shot.
But it is. I want to go to, here you go. All right. All right. I see y'all in the comments. Now, going out, being a black male,
Mhm.
finding work. How stressful was it to find work as a black male after you got married? Were you in the same position? Did you see some changes at the workplace? And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I'll share this real quick snippet. I worked with a guy for a long time. He got married, and that's when I felt like they started bothering him.
I get it.
You do? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Um, some companies that now you have something to lose. You know, a man who has a family and stuff. Oh, he's got to keep his job. He has a family, and they like seeing you pulling up a new car or wife or something like that, because now they see your reason. Oh, I got to keep this job because I got a wife to support or kids, or I
Got it.
got a new car. So, they can act a little funny. It's sad, but it's true. But, if I come in there single, chilling, scratching, eating fast food every day, and
And we don't know why you won't get fired.
well, I mean, but I got a different attitude. What? Cream of wheat? I said oatmeal. You know what? This place ain't even good for me. I'm out. I can do that when I'm
Okay.
by myself, but now I'm married to you, and it's like she gonna kick my butt if I come home talking about I didn't like this or I felt this way.
Okay. Tico.
When I got married, I had already had a job and I was working, but I did something crazy and I left my job and by faith moved to a whole nother state with 5 kids. So when I got to Tennessee, I was literally operating off of faith for like 3 months. And it took a minute to get a job because I thought that, first of all, I thought my company would transfer me. And then when they said, no, we need you here, then I said, well, goodbye. And then I dipped and got to Tennessee. And so that first 3 months it was kind of hard to find a job at first. And when you don't have a job, 3 months feels like 3 years. You know what I mean? So, but God provided through the whole 3 months. I never missed a beat. But yeah, it was tough at that time. But we worked it out and stayed busy, kept looking until something came through. You know.
Okay. What about you, Jeff?
Honestly, I've never had a problem with finding a good job. I've always been a worker. I am one of those six-figure guys. And let me just say this for the record. We always talk about six figures. Listen, I make six figures, high six figures, and we still eat pork and beans and wieners. So it ain't that much money anymore. Just to be honest, we ain't out here just balling out like that. But I've had three major jobs. I was a bricklayer for since high school. Went to the Navy, and I've been at Wheatland Tube ever since then. Adding the church and the action just adds to that income. So I've never had a problem finding a job. That's not to say that it's not hard out here, because I hear a lot of brothers that it is hard for, but I've just been blessed.
Okay. And Art?
Um, like everybody, I've never had a problem with finding a job. I've always had a pretty decent resume. Working in the home healthcare field, working in the hospital, doing the teaching thing. So I've never had a problem with a job. You know, I've always been able to get a job because the fact that I'm a hard worker, you know, I got a good resume, nothing in my background. You know, I've always kept my background clear and stayed out of trouble. So never had a problem with getting a job. Never.
Okay, to made sure you was competitive in the workforce, huh?
Absolutely. You know, you gotta be. You know what I'm saying? You know, the better your resume is and the more qualifications that you have, the better for you. You know what I'm saying? Because they look at all of that,
Okay,
you
can
know.
I ask you guys this question? Are you right now in your chosen profession that you were as a little boy? So say when you were little and say, hey, this is what I want to do. Are you
Mhm.
doing that or some aspect of that right now? Nate, go ahead.
Yes, I haven't made it to photography my jet centerfolds, but I mean that's where it started.
Okay. So when you were little, that's what you wanted. Okay, go
Wanted to
ahead.
take
I'm gonna
pictures
go
of jets.
backwards. Art, what's your thought?
Um,
Is
no, my dream was to actually open up a restaurant and have a clothing store. So no, I'm not, but you know, it's not
you didn't
over
give
yet.
up?
I'm not giving up. No, that's still part of my big dream to have that restaurant and have that men's clothing store. So it's
I can
still,
see that. I can actually envision that clothing store. That's
yeah,
like I see that.
that's where
All
my head has
right.
been.
Okay, let's go to Jeff.
Funny thing is, when I was a senior, they asked us, and I put on there, I want to be a bricklayer and a preacher. I've done both of them. I hated bricklaying, but I'm still a preacher, so I guess sort of, kind of, yeah.
Okay. All right, Tico.
Um, I wanted to be famous. As a kid, you know what I mean. I wanted to do music, write music, and then theater. I wanted to get into that, and but yeah, I got into all of it. And I didn't become famous, but as you move through life, you find out how it all intertwines together, and all of it's a part of you. And so even with my business, my music, all of that, it all works hand in hand. So, in a way, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I see it because y'all got y'all party planning, entertainment.
Right.
You wrote some plays.
Yep. Yep.
You're into music. Where you at on Apple? What's it
Apple
called?
Music,
Apple Music. What is it again? What's the title?
20 More Summers.
20 more summers. I want to
Send the
say
link.
this to the people in the area. Tico is from this area, Youngstown, Ohio. So y'all heard me say it right here, which means that we could play him on Hometown Jams at Star 94.7. So we're gonna have to get some of that. Get it? We got talent, baby. It's
Absolutely.
talent out in this mug.
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed.
Okay. Um, so that's interesting. That is
Mhm.
very interesting. I love it. And that's usually what happens. Now I gotta go back to this, and I pinned it, Jeff. So when you were in school, you wanted to be a bricklayer? Like what about made you say, I want to be a bricklayer?
What's actually crazy is, obviously, when I was young, I wanted to be a football player. I was pretty good at football. Played with Nate, I was pretty good. But when I think it was around my 11th grade year, I re-met a guy that I used to hang out with.
Okay.
Was one of the guys I was out in the streets with, trying to do my little street thug fizzle thing. And he was, when I went over his house, he asked me to come lift weights with him. So, I'm like, let's lift, let's lift. And when I went over there, he had a wife, he had a couple kids. He was downstairs. He was listening to Fred Hammond, and I'm like, bro, what Tupac at? What Biggie at? And that's who actually got me going to church. But he was a bricklayer and he was a preacher, and he kind of, and it kind of, just
Okay. I see we got a little bit happening there. Okay, well that brings
sorry,
me
sorry
no,
about that.
that brings me to my next question. Did you have a mentor? And if so, what was a key factor in your current field?
Hmm. Uh, Me?
Go ahead. Who was your mentor?
Okay. Well, my
Shout
dad,
him out. Who was your mentor?
my father, he's always been there,
Okay.
and he didn't lead me in there, but he guided. He was there to support.
Okay.
He wasn't all knowledgeable about a lot of stuff, but if you were there and you needed, he was never not there. So yeah, he let me, bump my head and figure some things out, but I always knew, oh, okay, I had a backing or so. I mean,
Oh,
he didn't push
okay.
me.
So Art, who was your mentor? And
Well,
if you had one, and
well, I would say that I didn't have an exact mentor.
without the
My
term, let me rephrase that. We termed it mentor, but someone that you looked up to that was
well,
at arm's reach that you said, hey, boom, that's
well,
I would
it
like to go
basically
in that
comes
step,
from
in that
it
direction.
basically comes from my family, my cousins. I had a lot of cousins that were doing different things. I have a cousin in Atlanta, who is like, PhD educated, writes books.
But
My
when you were
cousin,
little,
yeah,
they did?
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
that was
He was like when I was younger, he was that guy. Like you always, every time I see my cousin, Dr. Earl Baldwin, he was like, writing books. He owned a restaurant. He drove a red Corvette. He been a hustler since he was a kid. So
so he's
he
spoken to
always
you.
has something going on. How's that?
So he's spoken to you.
Yeah, he absolutely he speaks into me to this day. We had just had a conversation over the holiday,
Mhm.
and and he's brilliant man, always reading books. And so, I would call him and he would talk to me about life and give me some great nuggets to go on because I'm like, cuz I want to do this. And he would say, hey man, if you do this, if you do that, and he actually sends me different affirmations. He sends me videos, and I have my cousin Lamar, who's my big cousin. He'll send me videos and different information, just
Okay.
inspiring things to keep me going. So
Okay.
family for me,
Let me
family are my mentors.
okay. Jeff.
It was Lewis Gutley. His name was Lewis Gutley.
Okay. And he played a key factor in your adult life?
He said that, yeah, that's the one who, like I said, got me going to church. He the one who uh, showed me what family was really about. He was actually showed me what it was to be a man.
Okay. And Tico?
I'll say my brothers, but let me say when I left Youngstown to go be famous, I went to Atlanta, and the guy who's from Youngstown, his name's Lamarcus Jefferson. He really mentored me in music at that time. And I watched him as a maintenance guy become, hit records everywhere. But during that time, one thing he told me was, dude, you got to invest in yourself. Buy your own equipment, buy your own stuff. And that's something that always stuck with me. And so when people was out buying their rims when I was a young man with their income tax, I was out buying MPCs and equipment and stuff like that. So, but to this day, even in my own business, I'm always like, okay, we need to reinvest. What are we doing next? So that definitely stuck with me.
Awesome. I love that. Absolutely love it. All right. The last question for my high value men here. What was your driving force to achieve your goals? The goals that you accomplished. Let me say that because I know they're not over.
Yes.
Tico, I'm gonna go with you.
Okay. There was a woman in church when I was, man, it was right before, I'll say I was in my early 20s. And she walked up to me and she said, son, let me tell you something. You have enough inside of you to make $1 million. But if you don't start right now, you're going to be old and bitter. I knew that I'm going to eventually be old, but I knew I didn't have to be bitter. And it always comes back to me like, hey, you need to keep pushing. You need to keep moving. There's enough inside of you. So I'm always exploring what's in me, you know. And so no matter what happens, that comes back to me. Okay, what's in you? Just keep pulling out of you and you can do something great. So that's definitely a driving force for me.
And you, Jeff.
Um, what was the driving force? I think it was, growing up poor, growing up very poor, growing up very what we would call low value, and just wanting to be more, wanting to have more, wanting my children to see more. Um, just in a final say, I think what really drove me is, and I know we're talking about high value man, but knowing my worth more than my value. And I think a lot of times we miss that. You go to Giant Eagle and you see a steak and it's $21. That's the value of the steak. But the worth is the farmer raising that cow or that pig, whatever it is, and having to feed it every day, having to slaughter it, having to cut it up. That took a lot more than the $21 you see. There was a lot more that went into to my worth than what people see. It's a lot more to me than just the preacher. It's a lot more to me than just the community activist. It's all the things that made me who I am right now. And I think knowing my worth actually caused me to want more out of life.
And you, Nate?
How am I next? Oh man, that's a hard question. I am the prime example of blessings. I just fumbled through and just made it, and then tried to make it as best I could in any situation that I went through. I've just been lucky enough to be successful in whatever I've tried to do. I think I answered your question.
And Art?
Basically, what drives me for achievement is just being a black man in America and just wanting more, just looking at what's going on in the world. And and when you have children, it's not about you anymore. It becomes more about your children. And it's like you want to see them live a better life than you live. And it's like you want them to be able to grow and learn and be culture. But it's just what I see in the world and what's around me. And it's like I always want to strive for more, to be the best that I can be.
I loved every last one of you guys' answers, and they were deep. And the reason I say I wanted to dive a little deep to let people know how it is. And I know we hear all the time, this last part I'm going to say, we hear all the time that it's hard being a black man in America.
Mhm,
We've heard that back the beginning of times
mhm,
since we've been here. We've heard it where we could come forward in the 80s.
Mhm.
And what I noticed, with my readings is that entertainment was an outlet for us.
Yes.
And then you go into the 90s and you seen a little bit of a gateway, or a little tunnel, say, okay, some of us got through and we cheer each other on, like, yes, they're doing it. Then you move to 2000. Now we are in 2025. I asked you January, the beginning of 2025, do you still believe it's hard being a black man in America?
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
We're
is.
the most. We're the most feared.
Mhm.
Okay, but I just, okay, I got that part. We know all those deepness, but I want to keep it positive for the younger people, the younger men coming up, to know that yes, it's still here. Yes, we still have obstacles. Yes, we know that our walk is going to be our shoes going to be a little heavier. And I'll just say that from the saying, pulling yourself up from the bootstraps. So if you can give the young men something positive as a mentor, you guys being his mentors right now, to someone listening, what would you say? And I'm going to start with you, Tico.
I would say, like my mentor said, as far as investing in yourself, believing in you, and no matter what, knowing that you can do it. One of the things when I was in my 20s, I would always talk to the people who are my age now and say, you can still do it. And they would say, oh, my time is gone. And I'd be like, why? But you could do it. Now at this age, I hear my younger self saying, you can still do it, whether it's hitting the gym and really hitting it strong, whether it's, opening a new business or starting something different. No matter what, I'm going to make it happen because I believe, that, who God called me to be, that I can do it no matter what. All the naysayers may come. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not using no excuses. I'm going to put my hands to the plow and we're going to make this thing happen. And you got to have that same belief and invest in yourself to be able to do it. And you can do it.
All right, Art.
The biggest thing I believe in is just like my guy said, you have to believe in yourself and you have to be confident and you have to surround yourself with positive people. You have to learn to be a great listener. And that's the biggest thing. You have to learn to listen and and find the right people that are going to give you those positive affirmations, and I believe that every young man could be successful as long as he stays on the straight and narrow. I heard a quote that says you have two things every day you wake up. You have a chance, you have a choice. You have a choice to do right, you have a choice to do wrong, you have a choice to do good, you have a choice to do bad. So it is what you make of it, and you just have to stay in a positive mindset. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe in yourself when nobody else does. And like I said, and stay in a positive circle of people and find a great
Okay,
mentor.
Nate.
Uh, find your community. Find the people that are doing what you want to do and just hold on and be willing to learn. You have to understand it. We come from a different age, but if we've been down that road, trust in the process, work hard because nothing is given to you. Nothing's given to you and nothing's easy. But if you find the right community that you can align with and be with and find a mentor in that community, that do it. But it has to be done. There's no excuses. It has to be done.
Okay, Jeff.
Yesterday I was walking my son outside, my little baby 3-year-old, and he's walking behind me. And I told him, I said, listen, I said, you don't have to wear the same shoes I wear, but you can at least follow in my footsteps. I've made the path. And some of these young men just need to know that we've already made the path. You don't have to wear the shoes we wear, but you can at least walk in our footsteps. Real quickly, there's a story of a young lady who is running through the woods, running through this beautiful patch, and it's right outside, flowers on both sides. She ends up running to the woods. When she runs into the woods, a bear begins to chase her. As the bear is chasing her, she's obviously, how we do, we fall down. The bear jumps up, teeth growling, claws out, growls at her. She looks up. She says, "Hold on." The bear pauses in midair. She says, are you about to eat me?" The bear says, "I don't know. This is your dream. What do you want to happen?" That's the real thing. This is your dream. Whatever you want to happen is going to happen.
Wow, that's good.
Okay, I like that one.
That's good.
That's good.
I like that one. Fellas, I so appreciate you guys coming on.
Absolutely.
Thank
Sticking
you so much.
off the shop Taco Bell years. Thank you so much, so much for coming on. We know that Nate actually said it earlier. Perception is everything because that's pretty much what it was, and it's your perception on what's a high value male for you, what's important for you, what do you need, because it's not always about the finances. Because trust and believe, listen, if you could save me money, we cool. Okay, if you know how to
True.
fix that, that
That's true.
works. You know what I mean? But it is about your character. Those are important things. It'll take you a long way. It's a lot of people that could get those six figures based off of their character,
Absolutely.
morals, values. And
Absolutely.
I was listening to Denzel Washington earlier today, and he was explaining about beauty, and that's why I asked you that first question when I came on. It was more so about that's not what's important. That's not what's valued in a person. So I
Mhm.
heard you, Nate. That's why I'm like, don't be
Thank you,
messing with
thank you,
my
thank
show.
you.
I'm
Give
about
me
to
my
get
shot at that.
old
I'm like, yeah.
But I wanted to say that, and that's when he said it. I was like, you know what? So you have a lot of women who invest in themselves. They go in the investment, but it's their physical makeup. But what's inside? How can we be a team? Where's your mindset at? Those are things that, to me, and I see you guys in the comments over there, that are very valuable. And honestly, Nate said, the value is how somebody, what they perceive as your value. I believe that only you can determine your value. and you know what you're willing to put up with.
Absolutely.
So don't just settle to get a husband. I'm just saying that for my people. All of the men on the panel today are married. You guys have great spouses. I got to tell you. I got to tell you. You got. I like them. Look, I like them. I like them a lot. But they have great men. And interesting enough, all of you guys, I knew you before I knew your spouses. And look, I agree. I witness. I say yeah to it. I say yes, yes, yes to all of you guys' spouse. You got the right ones for you. And I want to add this to it because there's a thing where people feel as though if you are married, you can't look at other women.
Oh, excuse me.
So, with that being said, knowing that we are not blind,
Mhm.
I can speak to every last one of you fellas' spouses. These men are holding it down so well that that's not even in their mind. It's more so like, can you imagine just sitting there trying to be yourself and you can't even be yourself because of who you're connected to? So, again, I say, ladies, if you're looking for a husband, first of all, that's wrong. Let him find you.
Right.
And I'm going to say, make sure he likes you more than you like him. And
Mhm.
that's how it goes because they say that. Make sure you marry somebody that likes you more than you like them.
They say
And
that to us too.
and if both of you guys are doing the same thing, y'all cool. But you got to be friends. You got to be friends.
Absolutely.
Because you have
Absolutely.
people who can't be a friend to their spouse, but they know that
Mhm.
they will care for them. And to me, when you deal with high value men, you look for that person. Let me say this real quick because it's coming out anyway. I'm trying to keep it back. First time I got married for love, second time stability. I ain't gonna lie. What's your medical insurance looking like at this age? Okay, do you have medical insurance? That's what Jeff, you already know when we talk about that. That's where it's at. But when you know somebody, and when I say when you know somebody, to know that they'll take care of you when they say that sickness and health, if you are down, are they caring for you while you dating? If they're not, child, don't just settle to be like, okay, I got a husband just to say you have a husband, because I ain't gonna lie. Husbands are work.
Mhm.
It is work. Because when you drive home and be like, let me go grab something to eat, you got to be like, let me get back in this drive through because I got to make sure that they have something, and vice versa. So,
Drive to.
no,
Drive to.
but if I'm going through the drive through,
Okay.
I
Okay.
got you. But see, guess what though? But that's important. That's important to you. Can she cook? And don't waver, guys. Don't waver based off of looks. And ladies, don't waver based off of looks, because I ain't gonna lie, it's usually them real cute ones that got by on their looks. That y'all gonna be sitting there starving. You see
No
how much
game.
you see how much eggs is now, girl? Get yourself a roughneck.
No game.
And
And
that
here's
type of roughneck, the ones that don't mind getting their hands dirty. Be like, what you do, type?
Right. Right.
yeah,
So,
well,
guys, thank you so much for coming on. I want you to shout out your business and how they can contact and support you. Okay, we're gonna do this real quick. Where can they find you at? Let me see. Let's go here. Boom, boom, boom.
Apartmentcommunityfunctions.com. You can find out about us there. And Tico Trent on Instagram, and you can find out about all the stuff that we got going on, or reach out to me there and be glad to connect with you.
SBC.com, Second Baptist Church.com, Action of the Mahoning Valley, Facebook. You can look me up personally, Pastor Jeff Stanford. Message me, and I'll give you any information that you need for us. God bless you.
And God bless you for shouting out your girl. I appreciate your support. Shop Talk with Mel
Already
Williams.
know it. You already know it.
Yay, yay.
yeah, I seen that, Jeff. You brown nosing with that sweater on. You can reach me here. Timelessphotos.com. It's the website, www.timelessphotos. Pretty much here That's pretty much it.
The African American Male Wellness Agency. We're located at 139 East Boardman Street, Youngstown, Ohio. Our number is 330-333-8600 at extension 5002 or aawellness.org.
All right, that was our male panel today, a male's review. Hopefully this helps somebody. And if it doesn't, share it because it might help somebody else. Listen, if you have a topic that you would like to discuss, feel free to do so at shoptalkwithmail@yahoo.com, or you can inbox Nate the Agitator or Nick the Voice. We getting ready to get into our hot topics. And today's hot topic question is about marriage. Now, is it the last thing on the list now? Are we really trying to get married? Or is it part of the culture? That's what's happening up in here. What
What's up? Good morning. Good
up?
morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. So what's going on, girlfriend? Look at your hair. You done cut it again?
Huh?
You cut your hair again?
She only trimmed it. It's pin curls and finger waves. You know the new style everybody
Oh,
wants.
okay. You went back. You threw it
Yes,
on back.
I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
New year, new haircut, new everything. New
everything.
mindset.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Looking good. What's the weather down that way?
It's cold, but it's dry.
Okay, so no snow.
No snow. Oh no, yeah. It rarely snows here, they said.
That's what they said. They said it about California too, didn't they? Who was that?
Yeah, that's true.
Tony?
I mean, they do get a little bit of snow sometimes. They said mostly like rain and like the ice, but like as far as snow like y'all having up there, very rarely anymore. I was like,
Okay.
good.
All
I ain't ready for it.
Listen, we were talking, and I want to give these quick QTips. The Q, I got to give my little QTips of what's going on. And earlier in the show, we had the men speaking. How about you? Did you catch any of it?
Yes, I did, and I shared it as well.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. It was talking about investing in self. And when that's what Tico actually said, invest in self. That's his words, mentoring to somebody that may be listening in. And that is so important to invest in self. And people may want to ask, or they might want to know and may not, what is investing? And investing is your energy, your time, and your money. You got to invest in stuff. He said that's what his mentor told him. That's extremely important. Invest in self. If you are working, so I'm not saying quit your job, but if you are working somewhere and you giving them 8 hours, make sure you give yourself equal or more time to invest in you. Now, what'll happen is when they try to get you on that overtime, that's taken away from you, and understand that. Time is expensive. Either way, it really is. That's the most expensive thing is time. And when people want you to when people don't want you to get to your purpose, so to speak, what they gonna do? Try to find something. You break the law, and we're gonna sit you down for a little bit.
Exactly. They show enough to look for something. They will look for something in a minute in these jobs. It's like they know you do a good job. But as soon as you say no to one thing, then they all of a sudden now you the problem child.
And here's the thing, it is so important to invest in yourself. And I'm going to say this, and it affects you emotionally, honestly, too. Set your goals, prioritize. Also, when you invest in self, even though you have your ups and downs, just keep focused on the prize. Stay true to the prize. Having mentors, as I stated earlier, have an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for every step that you make in the right direction. Every single thing celebrated, going into the direction that you want to do. And I want to say this, as long as you have breath, you can pivot from what you're doing. You always have time for you. And if you don't, you better stop and don't allow other people to take your time. Don't allow other people to allocate your time.
Right.
Like they got theirs. You know that happens a lot.
All the
So
time.
I wanted to say that and give you guys the QTips. Also, is extremely powerful because it builds your confidence. When you adapt to some changes, if you learn the new way of doing things as well as the old and put it together and see how it works for you, it can increase wealth. Also, career opportunities. When you meet other people, when it's something that you want to do, surround yourself with those people. There's a saying: if you are the smartest one in the room, find another room. You got okay. So whatever it is that you're doing, if you're in that room and you're the only one to know about what it is or your goal that you're trying to achieve, get out that room and put yourself where you need to be. Gain new connections, meet new people. I'm a firm believer of not burning bridges. I mean, the bridge, I'll put a construction sign up, but I ain't gonna burn it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I might know how I gotta walk, walk back over that bridge, but I need to know, I know where the weak spots are. So put that little construction sign up. And if you need to go back over that bridge, just be a little careful next time. All right. So that's what I have. So know this, that when you invest in self and trying to achieve your goals, it's a lifelong process. All right. And invest in yourself, it pays the best interest. Investing in self, it does. Truly does. See, I saw my shirt. Jeff had my shirt. I invested.
He was brown nosing.
Jeff, he had my shirt. I invested in myself. And once I invested in myself, I saw it. And I'm going to tell you, it made me smile. I was like, okay, I appreciate that. It meant a lot to me just to see people rocking it. I appreciate them investing in me. See, that's how they help. They didn't even have to do nothing. And we do have a new thing. So my lovely people over here on the side, we do have merch. I do have merch. He had it on. And if you are interested in some merch, you can win it. Look, you can win this merch by the best comment, by having the best comment over there. And for the callers, you can text 619-902-2287 for great questions or comments. We'll put them all in, pull it out, and your girl will mail you some Shop Talk with Mail merch. Because I love you guys for listening and tuning in, because time is something I know we cannot get back. All right, to the topic, Shop Talk question of the week. And I want you guys over there on the side, in the comments, and the callers to text, what's your thoughts on that regarding marriage? Is it the last on the list? Because the younger generations, Generation Z, said that it's the last on the list. Or is it just a cultural thing? Just the Gen Zs? Let's go. What's your thoughts, Nick?
Anymore, I think it's really last on the list, especially for the Gen Zs, because they are busy getting themselves together, trying to be entrepreneurs yourself, whether it be bloggers, vloggers, the Instagram models and things like that. They're not worried about that. They're now, a lot of them are worried about getting that bag either by themselves or having a man to do it for them. But yeah, I don't think a lot of them are interested in marriage anymore, especially with the high rate of divorce.
Okay, go ahead, Nate. Nate the Agitator, what you got?
Yeah, I'm with Nick on that. Too early in the year for, but yeah, it's not a priority anymore. Society deems it not being a priority. It's not a fair exchange.
Okay.
Unless you're actively looking to have family and things like that. It's not a fair deal.
It's not a fair deal. I like how Nick dug in a little bit regarding them getting themselves together. Because real talk, how many men, if she's an Instagram model, how many men is going to want their wife on Instagram? Would that cause an issue within the home?
That's the societal part about it. If you look at some of the most beautiful women, I mean, visually beautiful, are always single and can't find a good man. But if you look through your little,
do you think you say can't find a man?
Yes, can't.
That's interesting.
Well, the can't stems from they can find a guy for the evening or a sausage partner, a hide to pickle participant, but quality man that wants to be there and take care of them, because their scale and what they look for as a man usually has something to do with finances. Where you find that, you know, the quieter, you know, more demure woman, she's always has a husband or man or someone that takes care of her.
Okay, go ahead, Nick. What's your thoughts?
That's supposed to be the object of it. I mean,
to who?
Who wants?
Let her finish.
But who wants to struggle? You're supposed. You don't want to struggle. You want to be with somebody, and both of y'all struggling. You're supposed to be with somebody and be able to build together. And at our age, we should be already built up, but a lot of us aren't, and we are getting ourselves together. But I mean, that's when you look in the Bible, the man is supposed to be the head of the household, correct?
Correct.
Alrighty then. So how is a man that's not financially able to take care of himself supposed to be the head of the household? If he can't take care of himself, he can't take care of you. He can't maintain that household. So that's why a lot of people are not wanting to get married nowadays, especially because they feel like if they have to be the one to take care of the household, why do they need a man?
For protection. You still can't walk the street by yourself safely at night, 2 a.m. You know, other than myself,
a gun license.
Other than myself.
Wait, Nick. Nuh-uh, let him finish.
Other than myself, there's not a lot of guys that have to worry about getting taken advantage of while walking at night. We don't have the fears you have. There's a difference. There is a difference. And you look for a man who has money and stuff so it can be easier for you. When I married you, Nick, it wasn't easier for me. I was taking on more responsibility. So you looking for easier and I can do it for myself and stuff like that. But at no time in this deal do I say, well, I'm married now, so I don't have to do that. That's not a part of our vernacular. So there at no point is it easier for me to marry you. I do that out of a true love and a desire.
She didn't say that.
She
didn't say it was easier. She said what she said, which was, isn't that the objective?
For you, yes. For you.
That's all. That was it.
Gotcha.
All that saying it was easier, that's all that extra in your mind.
Oh, okay. And so
we do know. No. I got you. We do know that it is more responsibility because the way that it was, air quotes for the listening audience, you took us from our fathers. So we are no longer our father's responsibility. Right. We are now yours.
Gotcha.
But the way some of these females are out here, they are taking on, look, that's a good question. Are they taking on the responsibility of the fathers? Are they taking the women, the ones, you know, that's on the same with no parts? No parts spells strap on backwards. Okay. Just FYI. That's all.
Hold on.
Where's the some of those women are.
So with that being said, we're having that. Are they taking the daughter from the dad and taking on that responsibility, or is it shared like a roommate? I'm gonna have to ask some of my friends. Be like, are y'all like roommates, or who takes on the responsibility that the male usually takes on?
That's a good question.
I have a few friends that are of the same sex and are married, and the one that calls themselves the stud is the one that takes on the man's responsibility. So yes.
Oh, okay.
So, I have several friends that are in same sex.
Thanks for that insight. So when you have a woman who is very aggressive, I would say, yes. They like to call it boss. I'm a boss, but they're more aggressive for their tradition. We're gonna go back to the traditional marriage, and they're running their husbands. So they are like the female of the house. I will never say that they're the man of the house, but they're like the female of the house, and they're running these husbands. Why don't the husband step up and say, well, go ahead and run it? If you're coming off aggressive, because we all know that one person, that one couple where the woman is running the household and he's just like, yes, dear. Okay. and she's talking to him real reckless, but we're going to leave that where it's at, and he allows it, then why don't she take on everything? As Nate says, when she hears that noise, you go check on it. Why don't he just fall into the role to see how that works out, just for an experiment?
Because we all know it, and it never works.
Okay.
Women have something that men don't.
What's that?
Convenient excuses. Everything it has to be convenient for you. So you got an excuse. Well, you don't make as much as me, so I should be doing this. Okay, we'll do that. Well, I didn't, and you the man, and you should. You have convenient excuses, and the victimhood that you guys can. That card is like that new Uno, switch hands with somebody on the board.
I don't like that one.
I lost friends. I lose friends.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, spades is no longer the family breaker upper, but that new Uno is. But we don't possess that card. You can flip the script, and well, you can be the man or running everything at one point, but as soon as it gets tough or this, that, and other, well, you're the man and you should. We can't do that.
Why?
Because we can't. Because guess what?
I'm like, you can.
Okay. All right, Mel. Guess what? We're married. Ready?
Okay.
You're running everything. And then it's fun time. It's adult fun time. And I'm like, yeah, I'm talking mess doing that. Can I talk mess to you doing that after you done ran everything? Whose is it? Smack! Whose is it? Can I do that with you? If I done let you be the woman, the man, and everything like that, it's just like last time I was.
It would be a joke.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my point. So we can't do that because I'd be a joke.
That would, because it's a lack of respect.
Right. So a woman ain't gonna follow what she doesn't respect. So guess what? If you're the boss in the thing, you don't respect me.
So would you stay in that? Would you stay in that relationship?
No, me personally, no. But I mean, a guys certain do. Different stroke for different folks. But I can't say, hey, go see what that noise is, and then be like, am I hurting you? Do you like this?
Why your voice have to change?
Because that's what usually comes with. I'm not gonna say, hey, why don't you run downstairs and see what that noise is?
Why not?
Okay, see, I can't do it either way. Your why not right there in that particular moment proved me right. Because I mean, there's no winning for us in anything.
Keep that base. Listen, keep that base and say, girl, go get that money. In that, say it in that tone.
Oh yeah, I can say that. Go and get daddy's money. Go and get daddy's money. Go and get out there and get daddy's money.
And guess what? Exactly. And that's what's happening when, this is my thoughts, when the woman is working and the dude is at the house.
Hey, you want it equal? We've been doing it for years. Didn't y'all fight for this? Y'all
I did not fight for that.
Not you specifically, but your kind. It's just like, you people. Y'all fought for this. Y'all fought for equal.
Come on, man. You reading the comments. Come on now. This is
I'm not reading no comments.
What's your thoughts? Can you deal with a guy if you're taking care of everything in the household? Are you able to respect that man?
No. Truthfully, no. Not at all.
Sorry. Ta-da!
So, okay. So, why do you feel you can't win when you married this person? Shouldn't y'all have an understanding, or did it change? Like,
yes. If you change your mind. If you change your mind as a woman, there's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do about that. Guess what? You want to marry me because I had my Bugatti lawnmower and I was making on $2 billion every other month and stuff like that. Okay. And after a while, you wanted to start taking over stuff and you wanted your word and this, that, and other. And then a cute pool guy comes over and I catch you two doing a pants off dance off. Do you know you can still leave with, I have to sell my Bugatti lawnmower and still pay you simply because you changed your mind? And if I get caught with the pool girl, not only do I have to sell my Bugatti lawnmower, which I really love, I have to pay you alimony and this, that, and other. And then you get the house and stuff like that because I hurt your feelings. So in the contract of marriage, the way it is now, if we're not having children and family and building legacy, what is it that I have to win? Because if we have premarital sex, it's not different once I get married to you.
No.
So, I mean, what am I winning?
Okay, that's a good question. Nick, it's not the same once you get married?
After a while, it does change. It's not the same. It's not the same intensity, the same excitement. And it's up and it hold on, Nate. But it's up to us to keep it that way. But folks get complacent. Women get complacent. Men, especially if you're doing everything. You're working all day, coming home, you're cleaning, you're cooking, you're doing this, you're doing that. You get tired, so therefore you just don't. Everything falls off, and it's on the couple together collectively to keep it going. But yes, it does change. I ain't gonna lie. Premarital sex is the bomb. Once you get married, it's the bomb at first, but after a while, you like, hey, whatever. And that's both of the couple. That's both your faults. You need to keep it going. You really do. You need to find ways to keep it going.
Here's the thing: a woman don't want to be bored at no time.
Even
bad energy is good energy. A man, we can sit in here and watch PlayStation all day or watch the game all day. Here's sex life for a married couple that's been married for 20, 30 years. It's a line dance. Pump 2 times, bump, bump, roll over, bump, bump, slide to the left, slide to the right. Finish.
And that is exactly why women get bored.
Guess what? But we're good with that, and we're still handling our responsibilities. All we want to do is line dance maybe once, twice a week. But if you're bored and you change your mind, I have everything to lose. And guess what? When you change your mind for me, it's probably because you changed it for someone else. Now, while you're with that someone else, I'm still responsible for paying, for getting you this, that, and the other. The marriage, the way it is today, is no win for a guy. And I mean, when we were young in the modern times, you were at least taking her from her father, and she was pure of spirit and was unlearned. She didn't know about the pepper grinder. You had to teach her the pepper grinder. But if you already came knowing the pepper grinder,
go ahead, Nick.
I'm getting ready to pull one of Nate's numbers. You just proved my point with the sex part, your little routine.
My line dance?
Yeah, your line dance. You wasn't doing that beforehand. The premarital sex, we was upside down, smacking it, flipping, rub it down, upside down in the shower, hanging from the chandelier and everything else. Then when you want to get married, then you want to do the line dance. You just proved my point. It takes both of you to continue that excitement. You just proved my point. Thank you very much, Nate.
I'm going to give you the small little victory in that, but I'm going to show you why I said that. Because now that I'm married to you, I have more responsibility. And it was fun when I could come over and bring, you know how we used to do it, Nick. I used to go get a 40 ounce of Schlitz, you know what I mean? Some rolling papers. We'd come over your house, we'd watch Martin, and we'd do it. It was fun. Now I have to pay our mortgage. I have to make sure your car insurance is paid. I have to come do this. So guess what? When I was doing the Schlitz, when we had to pass in a brown bag, it was a lot funner. But with marriage comes responsibility. Now I'm responsible for your cell phone bill. Now I'm responsible for the plumbing in our house. So guess what? I'm not looking to hang from the ceilings now. I'm looking to say, that was great. Good night. And get ready for tomorrow. So guess what? I'm not saying it's right, but that's how it goes.
You're talking like the women don't have extra responsibility as well. Now that we took y'all on, we also take on extra responsibility.
I agree.
That's why I said you still have to find ways to keep that spark going, to keep your marriage going, and that is the problem. And I'm not blaming just the men. It goes both ways. We both have to continue to work together with the bills, with the doggone washing your Taco Tuesday drawers, with
You know about that?
like with taking on the children. You have to, both of you have to work collectively, and that is the problem anymore. That is the problem with
You're
marriage. That is why people don't want to get married no more. That is why it's the last on the list. That's why people ain't worried about it.
You're
it's more fun
absolutely
with
right.
the premarital sex.
You're absolutely correct. The difference between the two is I'm expected to do those things. If
And so
I'm
are
not
we.
catering, if I'm not catering to you and your princess and queenhood, then you're bored. And if I get you bored enough, you can leave and destroy me just because you're not happy.
And if we do not keep up with our looks, keep up with our body, take care of the children, wash your dirty drawers, make sure you are fed, and sex you when you want it, you get bored. So it's still the same thing. It is still the same responsibilities for the both of us.
Okay, guess what? My overall wants and desires will always stay just that. Just what you said. It's never changing. I don't change my mind. A man is, hey, this is what I do. This is how I'm going to do it, and blah blah. I'm going to make this work. Where you are going to say, hey, well, I feel differently about this now. So now everything. Well, you don't do this, or I want to try this. You remember our AI conversation? How I said the only difference is that we'd go after we go say, hey, go charge yourself. You're going to want to talk and you want to do this. It's never a goal in your happiness. You're not, oh, if I get right here, I am happy. No, it's, I'm not happy about the left turn we made because of this. Well, why didn't you make the right turn? Well, why did you use peanut butter on the bread first instead of jelly? It's never, it's always, it's a small, it's a small thing of a small degree of drama in everything.
Guess
So,
what? Can I tell you something? With me,
wait a minute. Am I hearing from you, Nate the Agitator?
I'm agitating, yes.
Once you get married, it's a shut up and put up.
Who, me? For a guy?
That's I'm trying to see. Is that what I'm hearing? Because I feel like I'm hearing that. I want to make sure that my hearing is accurate. Because I heard the complaint. I heard about, well, we're never satisfied once you say I do. Once you actually marry, yes.
It goes on.
Am I getting the shut up and put up? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, but it's the Superman theory. You know the Superman theory. I always talk about the Superman theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like the Superman theory. I like both of them. We need both.
But that's what it is. But here's the thing: you won't talk to me as Clark Kent. I'm not exciting enough, and this, that, and other. This Clark Kent. But Clark Kent wants to love and devote his time with you and do all those things, keep it fresh. That's what Clark Kent wants to do. But you don't want him. You want Superman. Now Superman is flying over the world, helping,
I'm a sapiosexual.
taking cats out of trees.
I'm a sapiosexual. So with that being said, I like the mind. So I like Clark Kent. Surprise!
How many of you do you know?
I know one of me, but there's other women that like men that can stimulate their mind.
And those would be my type.
Other women,
those would be my type because I'm very mental stimulating with mine. But here's the thing: after you don't go for Clark Kent and you get Superman, you want to change him to Clark Kent. Well, why are you flying all over state saving these cats out of the trees? Why you got to save them? Why you got to go fly over there? Because now that you have me, it's just like this. I got my dog back and he got neutered, spaded. He's a total different dog. Totally. I mean, I'm like, I understand why girls want to chop off that dude's balls because his whole won't even run off. He's just
You said he won't even run off.
He won't run off, nothing. And he's a much better, I mean, as an owner, I mean, he's a much better
lap dog.
He's a big pit bull and he wanted to be a lap dog. but it took his gusto. And I said, yeah, that's why you want my balls chopped off. I get it down.
My pit bull was pitiful for a few moments.
Let me finish my statement, Nick. I don't think that we want to chop off a male's balls to tuck. I don't think that. We want what we desired on the onset. And what happens, what happens is you guys change. One thing about a female, watch this. One thing about a female that I can tell you, we have the tendency to match energy. So if what you are giving us is this, we're going to give you back this.
Mhm.
If you are giving us this, we're going to give you back this. Why? Because the man leads. So, oh yeah, baby, I got Dave on you. The man leads. So we match your energy. If you treat us kind and nice, guess what? We are going to fall for you. If you are treating us like dirt or just average, like here's another one, the average person, then guess what? We're going to feel that because we're all about the feelings.
There it is. There it is.
We're going to feel that and we're going to respond accordingly.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Do you remember?
Because with me, you gonna either get Nicole, Nikki, or Benita, and you don't want to meet Benita.
Well, here's
we got to get 3 people. We got to get 3 people. That's a lot. Wait, Nick, you falling into his trap.
Yes, she did.
No. I'm going with your point.
Wait. Let's break that. No, wait, Nick. Wait. Let's break that down. Now he don't just have to deal with your personality. He got to deal with Nicole. That's your personality with him. He married you. Nick and Benita.
Nick is, the real cool one. I'm going with your point.
Come on, Nate, you got it.
I'm going with your point about the energy.
My whole argument just went out the door.
No. I'm going with your point about the energy. You're either going to, we're going to match energy. So if your energy is like this, you're going to get Nicole or Nikki. If your energy is like this, you're going to get Benita. I'm matching your energy.
No.
I name my energy, yes.
No, yes, I do. We have a different personalities. So now, but what he's always said, what Nate is saying, and that he's always said, is that women change their minds. Women change. And you just gave him 3 people he got to deal with instead of just one.
No, I'm going according to the energy. Like you said, we match. I'm going to match your energy.
Not with my person, though. I'm going to be the same person, but we will match energy. But that is hilarious.
I can't give you the same person.
What you got to say, Nate?
This energy. I can't.
I need a refill.
I can't give you that same person. I can't. I'm sorry. I cannot.
Do people want to hear the song?
Your energy ain't matching. I'm not giving you that same energy. I'm not.
Wait. Go ahead. What'd you say, Nate?
Do the people want to hear the song? Do the people want to hear the song?
Stand by.
Think with me. Feelings. Nothing more than feelings. No one knows your feelings. Here's the point. If you as a woman, if you're not following the man and you can't believe in the man and you can't listen, if I have to stop every time your feelings change and turn around and look and say, I can't lead, you have to have a man in your life that you believe in enough to say, hey, I follow your vision undoubtedly. And you having an attitude and stuff like that takes me from going that way. Because I got to be like, what now? What I do now? What? I farted? Well, you picked up tacos the other day. What you expect? I got to keep turning around, worried about you and worried about your energy and your feelings. So if you get a man that you can't respect or you feel differently about and it shows, it stops him from his mission.
No, it don't. I'm going off of your energy, period, point blank. And that's what I said. You gonna get whatever energy you giving, I'm giving back, but that's the person you gonna get, period.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Side note. You guys hear that? He actually gave his truth. Speaking from a male, speaking from a male's perspective. But she said that male is not speaking the truth from males. So let's continue.
That's not what I said, Mel. He ain't speaking the truth for me. That's his perspective, but for me.
That is not. He said, but he just gave his view from a man, and you told him it was wrong.
And I said, I'm gonna match that energy. If you're not giving me the energy, it's gonna be the same energy you get.
I'm speaking from males. You're speaking from you. So my question to you would then be, how's that working for
all
you?
males though, because not all males share your.
You can't interrupt. Wait, don't interrupt. Just let him have his view. And
I'm speaking in general. I'm speaking in general for males. You're speaking for you. So now my question is, how's that working for you?
Oh, baby, it worked just fine until I got tired. I keep telling y'all that.
Gotcha.
I keep telling you that.
Are
we're not going to base it off of what's going on with me now because.
Well, that's what you keep talking from your standpoint.
We're not basing off of what's going on with me now. Period. Gotcha. It's working. You asked me a question, I answered. It's working for me fine now because I got tired of that certain situation. It wasn't prospering me anymore.
So you just threw it away. Gotcha.
Why not?
Why not? Right. Because I mean, you got tired of the line dance.
Why not?
Right?
It wasn't doing anything for me anymore. Right. If we weren't growing. If we're not growing, then the same thing with a man. When you get tired of that woman, guess what y'all do? Y'all leave, right? You go and you find you get you a side piece and you get tired and there you go. So it's the same thing. So therefore, yeah. Anyway, next. So it's the same thing. Yeah. Don't you get when you get tired of a female, don't y'all like whether you're going together or whether you're married, when you get tired, don't you move on to the next? Don't you move on to the next? Mm-mm. But you leave. Yes, you do. Men leave. When y'all get tired, come on now.
Wait.
When y'all get tired, y'all don't leave.
Wait. Nick said that men leave. I want you to answer that, Nate.
Not by myself. We don't leave. We might take on another passenger, but our responsibility to you was still there. I mean, you're the one that left.
He said they may take on another passenger.
Oh,
what say you, Nick?
Hell no. You take it, and that's exactly why some women, because some of them will stay there and take it. But when you decide to take on another passenger, you might as well go ahead and shift your responsibility to that passenger. Because this chick right here, that's what you want to do? Peace out. I'll make it easy for you. If you still trying to stay here and think I'm going to put up with that, me, you, and she, nah, it ain't no me, you, me, and he situation. This is not M2 Meg. Okay? Not at all. When you take on that other passenger, that other passenger could take all of them problems.
Good.
Next. I'm out.
Gotcha. So in that,
I'm not doing that because when you say I do, you say I do to that man say it to that woman. Ain't nothing saying that y'all supposed to have an outside person. When you take on that other passenger, go on about your business. Period.
So you left me. So you leaving me?
You cheating?
So are you leaving me though?
You cheating?
Yeah, because that.
Okay, then I'm gone.
Cool.
That was easy, Lord. That was easy. All right, listen here. In this situation, they both have their views. I don't blame her. If you cheating, he said he takes on another passenger. That's somebody else in there. Shift all that responsibility there. But we have a comment from live studio audience. What's your thoughts, ma'am?
Well, I think that in a lot of relationships, there's a difference between love and control. And people tend to get confused when they unite together. They confuse control with love. And when they do that, that's when all that back and forth comes into place. The back and forth comes into place because of one individual trying to control the other. I understand what Nick was saying when she named her personalities, in which that does give just a little grouping because your feelings consist of more than just those three. Those up and downs, that roller coaster may have more personalities, as you would say, but all of that's emotions. And so to label them and name them, I see what she was doing. She was pretty much saying what you were saying, but she gave them names, but she limited herself into 3 categories of her emotions. And we consist of more than just 3 categories with emotions. And the thing that we have to do is to have our emotions in check. They're ours. It's all about our esteem. But that love and control, there's 2 different things. And I understand when that man takes another passenger, it's because they're trying to hold on to the testicles like his dog.
Thank you, Mama Cat. I love you. Happy New Year.
All right. All right. Well, look, everybody quiet.
Yeah, I can't argue with that at all.
Can't argue with Mama.
Okay, let's see here. If you want in on the conversation, you can do so at 619-902-2287. You can text and you can also call in and we can hear your opinion live on Shop Talk. All right, can't nobody argue. Okay, so I seen it, look, or I heard where she understood the 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
And explaining the 3 people
Mm-hmm.
and the difference between love and control.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear the stunning part where she said as a woman you have to be in control of your personalities, you have to be in control of that? Which is
True.
right. So
Yeah.
so me making all of y'all happy at the same time, you'll never hear, a guy say, well, you'll get Nate, or you'll get Nathan, or you'll get such and such. You pretty much we're basic and we're plain.
Black and white.
That makes boring to a lot of women. And if we don't excite and juggle and do all the other stuff while leading, you can leave and you can destroy me by leaving. And it would be your choice.
Okay, it's our choice, but what about your behavior?
Well, listen, let's take the extra passenger out of it.
Okay.
My Taco Tuesday. Mel, you want to leave me because of my bad Taco Tuesday. So, I mean, boy, his underwear, and I'm leaving you. But in the leaving, because your feelings have changed or because you don't like something, you can destroy me. Everything I worked hard for.
Destroy you though?
Because you can leave with every half alimony. I'm paying you, and you washing somebody else's drawers who don't eat tacos. How'd it make me feel? He got cleaner drawers and you washing them, but yet I'm paying you. That'll destroy.
Well, I say how you could. I could tell you how you could fix that.
How?
If you know you have an issue, that too. But if you know you have an issue, don't put them in the dirty clothes, especially mixed with my clothes. Get your own hamper. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Mission
you'll
accomplished.
have a problem with that too.
What's the problem?
Then you'll be telling me to buy my own washer. Don't end. It just don't end. It don't end.
It does end.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so let's go with, I got some comments from the texts that's coming through. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. Keep them coming. Well, to the question, let's see here. I'm sorry, guys. They said the reason that marriage is last on the list is because of rising economic uncertainties. Do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree.
Okay, I have another one on here that there's a decline in social pressure to marry. People aren't forcing that anymore. And I'm thinking probably, like the family gatherings or dinner, like, well, when y'all getting married? Nobody's asking those questions anymore.
Right.
Believe you, me and Kamisha's kids be getting it. We be on them every time we see them. So what y'all waiting on?
Okay. And okay, somebody said because of cohabitation. So they're already living together.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And marriage is no longer necessary to achieve the benefits of a committed relationship. That one is okay. So I want to expound on that a little bit.
Here's
No
one.
longer necessary to achieve the benefits of a committed relationship. Why do you think that is?
If they are living together, they're already doing everything that a married couple is doing.
They're
So
playing out.
yeah, so therefore a lot of people aren't why they figure why should they get married if if it's working for them, because there again, I know a lot of people who were together, living together, raising a family together for 20 something years and decide to get married, and they married 2 or 3 years and divorced. So yeah, if it worked for them just cohabitating together in a relationship, leave it like that, because sometimes once you get married, it turns into something different. I don't know why, because it shouldn't. Besides you, one person changing their last name or you becoming legally, but hey, so I get it. I see what their point is.
Okay.
I think the emphasis on legacy is lost. The legacy, children and passing stuff down and having that's lost. It's not important. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Back in certain times, my father would, have you raised to be my son's wife. So are we joining families and stuff? Marriage wasn't about love until it got over here. It was about legacy. It was about joining families. It was about building kingdom. All that's gone. Now all love is in marriage is about feelings.
Okay, here's one. Nate the Agitator said that it costs the man more money to marry a female. But once I got married, it cost me more. I went from getting over 6,000 in income tax return to us owing 6,000.
Well, hey, that's the government. The
Yeah,
government
that one is the
messes up
government.
everything. I don't love my kids no more because they're over 18. I can't claim them no more. So,
But you know what? That's crazy.
When the
But listen,
government,
it speaks to the topic.
yeah,
When
you're right.
when you are trying to live and you know you was getting this amount, that's hilarious. Look, it's income tax time now, and she probably like stressed like a bug.
Yeah, me too.
So
I hear you. I'm with you.
without being married, and okay, let me add this. She just added here. Our children are ours. So those are their children.
Are they of age, claiming age?
What's happened, I don't know that, but I'm just going off of this. Mm-hmm. So they're the parents. Before they got married, they just got married 3 years ago. Before they got married, she was getting over $6,000 in income tax. And once they got married, they owe over $6,000 in income tax.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for her. Are they filing married jointly?
Well, they would have to legally.
They don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. You
Married
can file
separate.
married but separate.
Why would you? That's not legal.
Yeah,
yes, it
is. Wait a minute.
Yes, it is. It's right on the tax return.
Listen. Unless you are separated, you have to use two. You have to use different addresses.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Why would me and Nick agree on anything this thing?
I don't know. I'm not a tax
exactly. You ain't never seen that.
No, you don't. Yeah, I've done this. I did that.
No. Listen, this is what I'm gonna say. Tax preparer, let your girl know. So if you know for a fact that y'all are together, if you know you together, and you just gonna lie,
that's not. It's on the tax return. Listen, your girl got you covered because I've Liberty Tax in 2013 and 2016. You can file married but separate. There, certain
and you can do it
with
your same address.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, you can. Yes,
you can. Well, listen, y'all.
Especially if my man owes child support.
What?
If he owes child support, you can do married filing separate, or if you file jointly, you have to file. It's not an amendment. I forgot what it's called.
Wait, who owes child support from what? Wait,
if anyone, if either of them owe child support.
If either of them owes child support, they will snatch you. If
The
your
whole
spouse
income.
is supposed to get something back, they'll snatch your spouse's.
This here with this message, it don't say about none. It said both the children or theirs, but yeah, you could have outside children. Listen, they done gave y'all all this stuff. Look, outside children and everything. So you can file married but separate. See, is it separate? See, the D is on there, so that says separated, not separate.
Separate.
Not separated.
Oh, there's no D on it.
No.
Okay, all right.
There are reasons that you can file married but separate.
Well, I know I had to do that for my student loan. I don't need you taking my money.
Right, and I had to do that for my student loan, so that way, you know what I mean, when I did my student loan. So yeah, there's reasons that you can do that. And if they are filing jointly, they can try this year married but separate to see if that helps you out. You might not get as much as you had been getting, but you still may get something. Try that this year.
Oh, well, okay. She said tried. I thought the two become one. No, don't look. Don't get me
the
started.
Government.
The government don't. Y'all know the government don't care. You make a penny over. If you, child.
Listen here, Negra. You don't.
Oh my God, you gotta watch. I gotta watch what I say, man. You killing me. You killing my progress. Look, come on.
Right.
All right, lovely people. Thank you for joining in. I want to give today's footnote. And today's footnote is the 3 M's. The 3 M's. And it's not marriage and males and all that other stuff. The 3 M's that we can control. And that is our mouths, our mood, and our manners. All right, lovely people, that is my time. I thoroughly enjoyed you as I do each and every single Saturday. Happy New Year again for you guys that tuned in a little later. Thank you guys who have donated and who plan on donating. I truly appreciate you guys. Time is something I know we cannot get back. Find you, embrace you. Time is something I know we cannot get back. So let me complete that sentence. So I appreciate you guys taking your time with me. No, I have 3 M's. I don't have the 5. I know the 5s. I got 3 M's. Thanks, Bill, though. Appreciate you. I know the 3. The 3 matters to me.
See, your feelings. Do the 5.
No, my show. My 3 feelings. That's the difference. Not my feelings, my show. So the 3 M's, now they have 5, but I have 3 that's important to me. And that's your mouth, your mood, and your manners. We all can control. The other 2, depending on what's happening out there and what you've been exposed to, you can't control your mind. That's why I didn't add that one in there. All right? Shout out to people who are suffering from mental health. Since he brought that in, I want you guys to get the treatment that you need. If you are feeling some type of way with the new year, being the new year, and you lost someone or anything like that, please, please, please text 988. There is someone out there that will talk to you and listen to you. And if you feel as though that you need some help, reach out. And you don't want to talk to a, air quotes for the listening audience, counselor, feeling that if it's a married counselor, they pillow talk with their people and you don't want your business out there. So again, find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always, always love you. Until next week, people, we know what it is. 1, 2, 3. Shut up. I like it. It's good. It's getting better. It's definitely getting better.
It's Nick. It's Nick.
No, it's definitely Nate. Me and